actually start the recording, so that way I actually have something to upload later. But see, chat's been kind of active this morning or evening. But fuck, what time is it? I don't fucking know, man. I have the chosen one, but my stats are awful, and I got 10 days to raise them. I think I remember you talking about that game one time, BG, for the game jam. Brother out here giving people his light novel. There's way too many mangas and light novels with that stupid name convention. I used to be single, then I died and reincarnated into a world with RPG logic. Now I have a harem and broken OP special move. So yeah, that's about it. If I make that game, Valen. It's Thursday and I got class in 2 hours. Ugh. Ugh. I hate the idea of class. Terrible class. That new Char Slew I made turned out great. Char Slew? Is that an SLU? Or that's an I. God, my eyes. Char Sui. Char Sui? I don't know. Careless Whisper. You never get an internet. Careless Feet. Do they have to? I used to be able to sing that song. I don't sing anymore. At least I don't sing for other people. Not until things kick into my brain and it's like, oh yeah, you need to vocally stim because you have been silent for too long. And you need sound. Otherwise, you will lose your fucking shit. But yeah, let me think. Oh yeah, so yeah, Noblesse Oblige, Legacy of the Sorcerer Kings, does have the longest title of all the games that we have played to date. Out of all of the games that we have played to date, it has the longest title. And I want to point out, that is silly. I remember Careless Whisper from elementary school. Got a radio at 7 so I could listen to baseball games, and Careless Whisper was one of the songs they played when not doing games. BG, if I recall correctly, you're older than I am, but at the same time, are we talking about the original Careless Whisper or the like the cover? Because, like, the original Careless Whisper was by Wham, I think, in 84? Yeah, something like that. And then I know, like, Seether did a cover of it back in, like, 07, 08. Wham in 84. That one. Wow. You are old, BG. I salute you. May your knees not scream as much as mine do. That being said, let's see. Where's my buttons? There's my button. I like pushing buttons. It makes me feel like an adult, like I'm an astronaut or something. Pushing buttons. Normally I push people's buttons, because that's always fun too. Now this game launches at an aspect ratio that does not make sense to me. So I found a way of making it launch in a larger aspect ratio. But the problem remains that I fucking hate this. I'm kidding. I don't hate it. But yeah, like, F5 is full screen. But I hate how on my screen, I can see the pixelation of things. And that was a major complaint I had about that one game. What was it? Oh god, that's still loud compared to me. Goddamn. Oh, also, it doesn't have full controller support. It has partial controller support. As in, my D-pad doesn't work, but the analog stick does. And that is better. It's still kind of loud. That's better. Now I feel like I'm not blowing out people's ears, including my own. See, this is early access on Steam. Free to? Yes. They have a DLC version of it where you can, like, essentially tip or buy things. I think that's what it was. But anyways, so this is full screen. And I don't like it on mine because, like I said, I could see like the pixelization on the text itself. So, oh, so this is full screen. Oh, wow, yeah. So this is another button, where you could change the different aspect ratios. And I guess this is the best one out of them, so I'm just gonna stick with this. I say the best out of them, but it's not good at all. I thought you were saying you're Wham from saying Wham. You're from '84. The little intro stoof out to me at that age. Didn't know a single word of it though. I mean, it was really little. Ah, don't be like that. Every 7-year-old out there believes that they can sing Frozen. They can't, by the way. But they sure as hell think they can. And like a bunch of like 7-year-olds going around, you know, off-key singing, "Let it go! Let it go!" And it's like, dear God, you are an advertisement for birth control. 7 was trying to sing songs in Garfield TV shows. Yes, they had songs. I stunk. I was happy forgetting that Garfield had a TV show. But hey, thanks for ruining my evening, BG. I'm kidding. To adjust key bindings or controller settings, press the F1 key. Please note that button prompts will be displayed using their default key binding. To view a backlog of recent messages, press the D key. Just stuff. Yep, resizing. Yeah, let's double check. So, C is accept, B is cancel, A is skip text, show target info. Lateral menu scrolling. The problem is I don't know if you can see it. No, it doesn't show up on your guys' side. But, these button layouts suck. It's mostly because in older RPG Maker games, when you press F1 for the little menu to see about setting up a controller, it doesn't really tell you very well what button does what. Because they didn't really think about controller support for some ungodly reason. The year 903 of the Imperial calendar brought with it sweeping changes across Valonia. Centermost, continent of... this is going way too fast. Vestheria kings were crowned, wars were fought, heroes arose. Far to the west, the ancient Highland kingdom of Visalia, King Anticus the Victorious, fifth of his name, the line of the Sorcerer kings, put down the third major rebellion, of course, of his reign. Okay, slow the fuck down if you're bringing in strange fucking words. Alright? I can only read so fucking fast. I am dyslexic, and you're adding strange syllables that next to each other. That guy looks like he sniffs farts. Too fast. Back in when? Back in 903, I think I said. I don't know. Didn't use a controller on PC until about 2020. It was a foreign idea to me. Grew up on keyboard and mouse. For me, it really depends on the game. Kingdoms of blah, the year of blah was blah, 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 blah. And then peace reigned all over blah. Hey, VXX, yeah. Actually, yeah, you're right on that. I'm surprised I didn't notice that earlier. When I hit F1 to look at the key bindings, it's the same as the VXX one. Huh. Oh well. There's a joke I made an intro that really put blah 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 all over it. I mean, honestly, I would. Sure this way isn't guarded, sir? Absolutely. There's no reason for their soldiers to be here. The main uprising is to the south. As long as we keep moving, they'll never know we're here until we strike. Is that a manticore behind them? Heh. Poor fools. They're coming, my king. How blind... Yeah, that's a very short distance. How did the guy in front not see you running up ahead? I have questions. Oh, you didn't really read all that, did you? I mean, I would fuck with players that way, just because it's fun. Very well. Then we wait. Wait for what? They're right here! They're right there! What are we waiting for? It's like when doing a crowded scene and people in the background are just saying random gibberish like orange. I feel like watermelon or watermelon would be much better than saying orange. Who are you? Get out of the way or meet your end. I would have imagined that a man whose business is war would know the face of his enemy, but perhaps the reputation as Fravi mercenaries is ill-deserved. Hold on a second. It said D was back. Yeah. Okay, for some reason I felt like the text changed. Oh, there we go. I am Antiochus. Antiochus? Antiochus. I think that's the proper way of saying that. Of the line of Daphne. And you shall bitterly regret taking the coin of mine enemies. Sorcerer King here? Damn it. This is a trap. Pull back! Get off the bridge! That it was, but you fools are already walked right into it. Now then. Can't go back now. But you overestimate yourself, your majesty. Still, you are but 3 men against a legion of the finest warriors in the land. Numbers you fools can't bring to bear stuck on a bridge. 3 of us will be more than enough. Ah. So we got King Antiochu. Cut off the S. He's got no S. Cassander and Cindarium. Alright. Cleave. Oh, I get to. Oh, I choose everyone's turn, then it goes. Yeah, restore the one enemy, static net, snare enemies, paralyzing for 3 turns, stand stuck. Feel like all enemies do a cooldown. Thunderhead. Thunderhead. They gave some Thunderhead. Yeah, let's do Thunderhead. Dagger Arts. Wait, what was the other one? Alchemy. Blade, only one poison type may be active at a time. This skill does not consume a turn. Personality manipulation. Okay. Oh, they're inflicting moderate range damage and apply current active poison 2-round cooldown. Comes Shiv and Stealth. Ooh, wait, nope, not wait. Just because we're testing. Okay, so essentially you set that out, and then like everyone does their turns. Well, at least it went quickly. I gotta give him that. Yeah, it's like when I stole his S. That was an MP skill. Old school ace. Yep. User inflicts himself through the graces of air and slashes out all enemies. 5-round cooldown. Ah, fuck it. What was it? Attempt to overwhelm up to single attack. Yeah. For 2 rounds, become immune to all damage and negate effect. High priority. Use once per cat. Blade Storm. Invoke Horror. Summon a beast of lightning to deal overwhelming damage to all enemies. 1 use per combat. Also, I thought I used Thunderhead. So how did all this MP come back? Oh. Oh, there's more of them. Goody! And yeah, with Anfly's ace battle animations are fast. Anfly sped them up into the script. Yeah. That's good, at least, because, I'll be honest, there are too many times that I've played a game where the animations were just a little too slow. Let's do some Thunderstruck! Let's do Vanish. Ah, so it's right, it's a Manticore. Oh, wow. I used Janfly stuff in an Ace game, one I released in 2019. Could do Annihilate. Yeah, fuck it. Seriously, what? I've used multiple spells from him. Is he just gaining back MP very quickly? Backstab. Backstab! Oh no, he just regains a lot of EXP every turn. Okay. Oh, you got like... No. Dang, there's still more of them. Man. I swear there's like only like 5 people on that bridge. Oh, there's his. Sravi Mercenary Lord. Well, it looks like he needs a good old backstabbing. Oh wow, they are stacking the stuns up on him. Cleave. Yeah, let's go for this one. So, even though they're like pretty much ganging up on him, they're doing bullshit. Or not bullshit, but jack shit in regard to damage. That being said, you, sir, are not looking good. You are not either, and all your friends are dead. Now, I'm just gonna give you a bit of Thunderhead. The classic slow... What was it? The slow breaking apart, disintegrating into the ground death, like from the old Final Fantasy. I think Final Fantasy 1 and 2 did that primarily. Actually, now I think about it, like a lot of them did that. I'm almost disappointed. Fools. Who would take the coin of men who claim they have not gold enough to pay their taxes deserve no better. Amusing as that was, I think we've wasted enough time on this rebel. Shall we away, your majesty? Aye. Let us go and see how the rebels fare without their mercenary dogs. Elsewhere, to the south, in the land of Ciridae, by the sea, King Cogniri the Seventh, reign ended peacefully, passing off the reins of power to his eldest son, Sorcerer. Cogonry? 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 Cocobello. Hey, Zychronic! It goes. We just got started, and I have minor things. Like, I noticed that flag at the top right here. That looks very strange. Like, I know it's supposed to be a flag sticking out the side of a building, but it just looks strange to me. Your father has sent for you, my son. So, at last the time has come. I am to be king. A joyous day, is it not? Perhaps. I've seen it weighs upon father, though. First one was too fast, now it was too slow. Yeah. Honored people of Sirde, when I took up this crown many years ago, never did I imagine that I would be blessed with so many summers as your king. Yet all things must come to an end. 50 summers ago, I took up the crown from mine own father, when he fell in battle. But this day, it shall be passed on as it ought, rather than out of necessity. Ugh, my tongue. Prince Sorcerer, step forward. That Sorcerer, a weakling and a fool, rather spend his day in prayer than on the field of battle. What right he is to be king? Wait a second. This is going to be 3 kingdoms. It might be. And Avalonia to the east. Avalonia, once mightiest empire in all the land. And Avalonia, whose glory had long since faded away. There were no great kings, no great wars. And Avalonia, there was instead an academy, a university of sorts, for nobles with all across the land and all in... Ah, goddammit, come on, stop. Avalonia, the glory of past. Ah, fuck this. Ah. It's too much. Too fucking much. First too fast, second's too slow, and the last was too much. Yes, because again, if you're introducing words that people are not familiar with, it makes it a little difficult. Obviously, we read out loud slightly slower than we read, like, internally, or at least I do. So that's its own challenge. Because, like, when I'm not reading out loud, I read pretty quickly. And that's all for today. I doubt I need to remind you, but there will be no classes on Alcidae for the coming week, for the Feast of Alcina. I trust you all to stay safe over the holiday. If you want for something to do tonight, the Academy is hosting a troupe of dancers from the Sravi Desert at the tavern tonight. Also, Lord Alphonse is hosting his annual demonstration of the Cave of Trials, if any of you are interested. Dismissed. Slow day today. But there was a letter delivered just before I had to leave for class. I should go back to my tower and see what that was about. It's unusual to have mail from home, especially a letter delivered by a writer. Quest log can be accessed from pressing the party menu. Escape! Quest log structured progress. Okay. Quest objectives will be displayed in white and current actives in blue, while those in red have been failed. You may review this tip and others in the guide option. We also review guidance and basic information by pressing the guide. There's a lot of menu stuff. Oh, can I move? I can move. Okay. I'm Alexander. Let's stun or frozen items when riposte any physical attack against him. Best items would automatically gain effects of that. But relationships. To lead is to stand alone. Time to dust off the failed counter. I feel like I should. You're right, Valen. I should actually have a counter on screen. For whenever I play any RPG Maker game, of every time I have a complaint, no matter how minute, I press a button, and it counts it as a sin. Every time. And now we're going to check for the next sin. Oh, I don't like this. After I save, it stays here until I hit cancel, and then I can choose another spot. I don't like that. But how about a counter of how long you get lost? I will make a counter for that too. Wonder if anything exciting is going on tonight. Your mom. No matter how hard I study, I can't seem to keep up with you or the guy. Have you tried opening your eyes? Alexander, interested in joining us for a hike in the mountains tomorrow? Been craving some real adventuring later. Think I'll pass. Ah, come on, you really use your skills. Ah, you said the same thing over and over again. Dance show tonight was gonna be great. It's about time we had a long weekend. Do some of you people just not like opening your eyes? That'd be a lot bigger than a sin counter, like 5 digits. I don't get lost that long, or that much. Let's get lost at a maze desk. Yeah. It's not a maze of desks, but I will say that carpet does feel more like an actual wall with how... I guess the best way to say it pops against the floor. It doesn't really blend in with the floor, but the way it's aligned and everything, it definitely feels more like it's a wall. Because it doesn't complement its, what's the term I'm looking for? Contrasts. Summer discount right now with students. It's outside with cabins, though, instead. Yes. It's an ace default floor, if I recall correctly. I think you're right. Is there aught I can do for you, Alexander? I'm rather busy planning my business for the Feast of Valsina. You can eat this dick. Should have just skipped today like everyone else. Time to hit the tavern. That guy gets it. Weekend or no, I better head to the library. I have a lot of research to do. Might have to go in the snow the weekend. There's going to be a real blizzard tonight. Okay, you closing your eyes makes sense. I can actually see that you're... It looks like you're kind of like crying a little bit. That's fine. The rest of you, wake up. So many people skipped today. No waste for those who did come. Agreed. Suppose Ralph was already asked you along for our adventure this weekend. I'm not really one for adventuring. Well, you're lost. We're going to have lots of fun. Good afternoon, Lord Alexander. Milady. Also, difference in art styles. Wait, is that carpet? Yeah, that's carpet. That there was a wall of that bright orange thing. Yeah, no, that's what I was saying. It doesn't complement. It contrasts too much. What are the other guys? Talk to the... I'm talking to everybody, but I wanted to point out something. She has default face from VXAs. She's just got one of the random faces. That is a custom drawn face. And this is also the same center I made against Cychronic. Hire a goddamn artist. But if you're going to have like character arts show up, have them consistent in art style. Should return to my room for now. I think I'm gonna have a look around and catch a little data. There's at least 3 different sprites. Yeah. 3 default sprites on screen. They replace them all later. The faces? Maybe? I hope so. Is that fucking gold armor? An armor stamp may look like clothing, but I don't generally wear my armor to bed after all. Moving around finishing my breakfast. Novel I've been reading, one of the better ones. It's rare to see an author who can afford to publish and has the skill to back it up. Oh, wait, hold on, was it? Oh, I missed it. Oh, well. I guess most books, or bookshelves are actually interactable, and most civilization acknowledge the same pantheon of gods. Their specifics of worship can differ significantly. The volume is concerned primarily with the traditions dominant in Valonia, as opposed to other countries. On Valonia, the 3 religious orders have significant cultural influence. The Order of Elsina, the Order of Aleve, and the Order of Salestrina. God, I'm going to fucking butcher those later on. Originally, there were a multitude of other, smaller cults, but most of these have been subsumed or gone extinct in the years since the Avalonian Empire. Indeed, of the three major orders, only the Order of Alcina and the Order of Leve remain active, although there are occasionally reports practicing Celestrinian sects. None of these have been verified. That is a lot of text. Oh god, it goes more! Although there are superficial theological distinctions between the divine narratives of the orders, these are at most trivial, such as the issues of whether Alcina or Lalvera is the elder sister. The fundamental difference lies instead with the emphasis that they place on various aspects of the god's teachings. The Order of Alcina focuses on the ideas of justice, truth, and purity. Purity in context refers to the purity of spirit, and concepts whose precise definition has historically been the subject of great contention amongst theologians. While some believe it to refer simply to a lack of desire and intent to do evil, many may take a more narrow view of the notion, associated with sexual chastity and complete devotion. Unsurprisingly, this view is unpopular and frequently ignored by the noble class. The Order of Alcina is the dominant religious faction in most of the Valonia, as it originated in the east, was spread across the continent by the Alvonian conquest. By contrast, the Order of Aleve primarily persists in the far west, having its greatest stronghold in Versalia. The Order of Aleve focuses instead on mysticism, wisdom, and they believe the cardinal virtue to be wisdom. And stark contrast to Alcinian teachings, many Alevian sects hold sexuality to be sacred. In addition, as Aleve is the goddess said to have gifted mortals with sorcery, sorcery features heavily in Aleve teachings and rituals. Little record remains of the Order of Celestrina, but many scholars believe the sacred sexuality of Aleve teachings arose when the Order of Aleve absorbed members of Order of Celestrina who fled Versailles to escape Alavonian persecution. Okay, I got that out of my system. Oh man, I need some water. Fucking hell. Oh, I'm gonna die. So most bookshelves are interactable, which means each of these probably has a very lots of text. I want to point out I do like reading the in-game stuff for a lot of stuff, or for a lot of things, but at times there is something that's too much. Homework. I need to do this over the holiday, but I do detest studying naturalism. If I needed to know what species of wolves inhabited the Avalonian mountains, I would look it up. No, oh, dang it. That's right, D-pad doesn't work. Esteemed Lord Alexander, many moons have passed since last we spoke. I trust that you are well, though there are those at court who have poor opinion of the Academy because of its Avalonian. Ever have I thought the foolish stance to take, and hope that your studies are even proving their concerns unfounded. I fear, however, that things here at home have been tense as of late. In the wake of the recent affairs, much has changed in the capital since your departure, and I fear it might be imprudent to return there immediately upon your next holiday. However, I have but recently come to possession of a new estate where sky meets sea, and so I should be only too glad to extend you an invitation to meet with me there when you next return. You need not send ahead. I would like to put out... Yeah, nothing like accidentally reading a book only to read a plot-relevant note. Yeah. Oh god, that's true. There's probably important stuff in the books that I should read. Fuck me. Also, I was going to say, ellipses are often used in dialogue to show a pause of sorts. But when you are writing a letter, then you are supposed to not be writing as dialogue. I mean, you kind of are, but you're supposed to write as grammatically correct as possible. And especially considering these are supposed to be well-educated individuals, would really the use of ellipses be prudent? Stop? Why am I stopping? Why should I stop? I object, Valen. I object. No, you right, stop. Oh. You're right, I am right. you stop. Wordplay. But let us turn to, let's see, yeah, that's where I left off. But let us turn to the less troubling matters for a moment. There are those at court, I confess, who have taken up placing bets upon how many Avalonian maidens have shared your bed since you arrived in the far distant land. I, of course, have been stalwart in the defense of your honor, but they simply do not, they will not be convinced. Mayhap when you return, you can set things straight with them yourself. I know that you have learned your father's lessons too well to ever be so crass. Would the coming feast of Alcina be too short for you to return home, though? I should like to speak with you of these things in person. Oh, it's a lady that was writing this, Lady Veronica. P.S. Your lord father sends word that his moon's payment may be slow in arriving, but I have little doubt of your credit is fine enough for the Academy. That doesn't seem right to me. Lady Veronica is no fool. She would know this is not possible to reach me in time that I could return for the feast of Alcina. Damn it, I always meant to set up a code with her in case things went awry, but never quite got around to it. Bah. I have to try and figure out what she meant. For the moment, there isn't much I can do about it. If worse comes to worse, there's an airship I could take home over the weekend, but I'd feel quite the fool if she meant it all literally. Check with the Bursar. If nothing else, then maybe he find something to do for the evening. So I've been interested in divination sorcery here of late. There's call for the Mountain Kingdom. Really appreciate a good fireplace when you're living here. You live in a fucking mountain. Or in a tower. Look at the pod is more important than many realize. For a noble. The others will respect you a little less if you do not. Practically aware of not of real importance, yeah, I prefer to work at my desk. Mother's portrait, barely know what she looked like without this. I don't want to read all the bookshelves. Second rib here is just for show. God damn it, fingers. This is why I want the D-pad to fucking work. I'm a proper fire. Because I like on games like this to be able to use the D-pad because even slight movements on the analog stick will make you move, like so. And that is kind of annoying. Other students belong. Ah, fine. I won't loot shit like I'm supposed to. Who doesn't loot shit? What kind of hero doesn't loot shit? Merge with the farmers have no real interest in the others. Yeah, fine. Fuck you. I said I should try a musician or a merry go who's good at music, but I enjoy playing the piano myself. Yeah, well, you suck at it, so stop. Ian the anti-hero? I don't know what you're talking about. All I'm saying is if they left it unattended, they obviously didn't care about it. I think he's busy studying. I should kick his books. Because fuck him. Trying to read multiple books at one time. Any ladies in the bath? No? Okay. Ralph and Liana got permission to live together here since they are betrothed. Some of the other tease him about it, but I think they're mostly jealous. Ooh, there's a letter over there. Can I read someone's personal mail? Can I be that jackass? No, I can't even get close to it. Bullshit. Imagine the moral dilemma of the fighting the family and the house you loot from. I don't feel like that's a moral dilemma. I feel like that is rather accurate for especially what would happen with me. Goes up there, so I'd rather start rumors just by being seen up there. Fine. What's the point of having nobility if you can't go see the ladies? The headmaster's a busy man, but I just can't wait around here all day. Have you tried opening your eyes to look at him? Or look for him? Oh, I hate these stairs. Oh, I hate them. I hate them because... at least they're accurate. Yeah, God damn it. in that... Oh, no, they're not accurate. They're just... Yeah, they don't need eyes. They can sense them. They need fucking eyes to see shit. And we got a spoon that she has no reconnection to Livonia. She was often represented with the Switch of Cena. Okay, so I have a question. Who the fuck is the Bursar? Oh, occupy yourself for the afternoon. Consult with the Bursar. The fuck is a Bursar? Hey, matey. To me, my lord. Busy sweeping the headmaster's office. That never ends well. Fine, we won't try and sneak in anywhere. Electrol. Where the fuck am I supposed to go? This place is fucking huge. Oh. Hey. Wood. Hey. How you doing? You look like you would stab me and I'd be good with that. I assure you there was some mistake here. Quite certain there wasn't. My dear, payment for your accounts was not received. If there was a mistake, I suggest you speak with your patron about it. It'll take weeks to get a letter back to Arwitha? Arwithia. Oh, there's a bot in the chat. I'm just gonna boop. Boop. Bot is gone. Arwithia. Much less of a response. And if I did, I have no doubt I'd find the payment was sent on time. This is a farce. As it may, I cannot... Excuse me. Is there something amiss here? Lord Alexander, No, nothing at all, my lord. This girl was just leaving. You need to yourself with this, my lord. There's some troubling her again. So many of the other students think that they're right when she's of common birth. For now, I respect her wishes, but I should keep an eye out. It wouldn't be the first time I've needed to put a stop to such nonsense. Lord Alexander, there's aught I can do for you. Have you received this month's payment for my father yet? Of course, my lord. See. My thanks. Strange. I'll worry about that later. What do you do? Do you have business with the Academy Guard? Not at present, thank you. Fine. Fucking shit-ass bastards. What do you do? Business with the Bursar. Yes! How's our good standing? Need something? Helping out as clerk, credit toward a course of finance. I hope the others haven't been giving you too much grief over it. Well, you know Marcus. He'll take the chance to jab at you over anything. So there's that. It hasn't been too bad otherwise. Though Princess Ariadne, fuck it. Arianda. We'll go with that. Even complimented the uniform earlier. She would do something like that. You look like a nerd, though. Good day. Did you hear about the show at the tavern tonight? Those exotic dancers? Yeah, I caught a glimpse of one earlier, and holy god, she was tantalizing. Should really come to watch them. I'll give it some thought. Are we talking belly dancers here, or are we talking about something else? I mean, I know they're from the desert, but are they dressed like they're from the desert too? I know it's very cold up here, and you're not really giving me an answer here. You can't leave me hanging. Guy? Fine. Yeah, fuck it, yeah. Oh, is that guy running? Stop! So it's dreadfully cold. Keep moving, and it seems the best way to stay warm. You could try opening your eyes. If you trip and fall, it's not going to be my fault, but I will laugh at you. I have to find a supply in Avalonia. But not for a sorcerer, I imagine. I'm afraid not. Even the students here, silver armor is too expensive to be practical. Alas. Stop in the name of love. I'm glad you get that. So the Bossar's office is pretty much the bank. Local sanctum of Ulcenia. Not personally one of her followers, the order did originate from Malvonia, though, so it's to be expected that the sanctum here is rather impressive for its size. Most students here were raised in Alcinian tradition, so many come to the sanctum for services or spiritual guidance. They also offer healing. All as aside, though, I admit, I've always enjoyed the Order of Alcinian Sense and Aesthetics. Yeah, very, gold. If I recognize her armor correctly, that woman on the left is the member of the Imperial Inquisition, part of the Conclave of the Holy Sword. I don't see them around often. Their job is usually to root out corruption within the Order. What if aught is amiss? Keep in mind, sister, the Order's presence here reflects upon us in the eyes of lords from all across the continent. I hardly think it's unreasonable for His Holiness to be concerned with even minor incidences. I understand that. All of us do, sister. It is for that very reason that we take our duties very seriously. Ours is a great honor, and a great burden alike, and in her name we carry it with the utmost care. And you are certain you would say that the incident was not? I am, sister. Exactly as I told you, the boy made advances upon one of the sisters here. When I rebuked him, he still did not cease, so I took the matter to the headmaster. Perhaps it would be fair to say she was not wholly unwilling, but as you remind me, we are the face of the Order and to a new generation of lords from across the continent. Surely you would not say we should have allowed it? I can only think that would encourage ill behavior toward our sisters in many and more lands, and offer the impression that we do not hold to our beliefs. I trust I need to remind you that an oath of spiritual purity is not a vow of abstinence, though. The perception that we see it thus would do little better for us. You know, sister, I told the priestess involved that she was free to pursue a relationship with the boy outside of the sanctum. She seemed content with that. He was not. A pity, then. But very well. Pray understand, I'd like to speak with the sister in question before I depart. But if that is the way of it, I agree. You did not wrong. And I shall report to the Emperor as such. I would appreciate it. What? Oh, it's a raid from Nomi Streams. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for the raid. I'm slowly losing my mind. I'm losing my mind. But that's normal. But welcome. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate you, as well as everyone else who is watching. My name's Ian, the part-time experience. I rant, rave, and scream into the void, and sometimes just point at things. What was I saying? Alright, I would appreciate it, sister. It was a difficult matter to adjudicate, but I did my best to adhere to her teachings, and I can but hope to have enacted her will. To do our best we are able is what we aspire to, I think. Is it losing your mind if you never had it first? That's a good question. Let me check the book. Yeah, I think you're right. I lost my mind a long time ago. 'Twas the summer of '97. I was but a boy. Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Ah, yes. Valen recalls, for he was there. He was the one that was holding the wet snickerdoodle. I recall that matter. One of the boys, Duke Lorenzo, made a fuss after the headmaster disciplined him over it. I suppose it stands to reason that word of it reached the Emperor, given his station. He expected to bully the Order so easily, though. He was a fool. For better or for worse, there are few institutions on Valonia more willing to challenge the nobility. Oh, they're staring at me. I'm just gonna leave. Your mind is with mine, frolicking in the field of flowers somewhere. It's the same spot missing socks end up. You mean the ones that the trolls take? Because they only take the left ones. Fucking assholes. Always only taking the left ones. Don't they know that if you wear the same sock on the same foot all the time, that it, like, kind of molds to that foot and it feels slightly more comfortable? Find something to do. I'll find someone to do. Hey, how are you? Oh, hey, hey, hey! 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 Wood. Oh, good you're here. I was about to send someone to find you. Is aught amiss? Ha ha ha. No, everything's fine. It's just that Lord Alphonse wanted me to ask you for your help with the annual demonstration tonight. Knowing you, I didn't think you'd miss the chance. Ah, so we're going to give the first years a show. No, I definitely wouldn't miss that. Indeed. I trust I can look forward to your company then? Of course. Certainly don't have any other plans for the night. What, you aren't going to spend the evening ogling dancers like every young lord in Avonia? I'm shocked, truly. Have you no shame, Alexander? Ah, the scandal of it. I suppose I should be honored you'd prefer my company. Certainly that would leave plenty of girls envious, my lord. Sadly, though, I think we'd better not start until the dancing is over. Too many of the first years wouldn't come if it meant they had to miss the dancers. Your company is delightful, my dear Arne. Besides, it simply wouldn't do not. Besides, it simply wouldn't do not. That's okay. That's not my dyslexia. That's just a fucking sentence, which that should not. That English does not English. To give the gossip something to talk about this moon, wouldn't it? Would it? Besides, it simply would not do to give the gossip something to talk about this moon. Would it? Wouldn't it? Would it not? Okay, there's like two separate ways the sage could fucking go, but I'm not braining enough to brain. Also, I'd like to point this out. Contractions. The whole shortening of words or combining two words together to create a whole new word, such as wouldn't, don't, and so on. A lot of, depending on the noble, culture that it's based upon, which in this case, I'm guessing English, they don't actually use contractions. Or rather, they would not use contractions. Because, well, it's seemed as essentially something that poor people would do. The peasants would use contracted words. However, the nobles, they would not. For they are powerful, they are to be heard, and they will speak as long-windedly as they desire. So they wouldn't actually use, wouldn't. They would actually say each individual word, such as would not, or do not, cannot, etc. Fun note. Also, Dev! Fix it! That's all. No, it certainly most certainly would not. We are their favorite topic, after all. I will see you tonight, then. For the moment, I'm stuck making sure no one comes to sneak a peek early. Doesn't seem like there's much to do until I'm ready to help out tonight. Maybe I'll go have dinner at the tavern. Well, I'm just gonna wander up here, then. What's up here? Please back to the old ruins of Alabama. They're off-limits students. Not that I don't know the way in, but I don't really feel like right now. Oh, there's graves over there. We're gonna find a grave for like, I remember this one. He was a good chap. Died first year. Remember Autophilius of... That's the name. Autophilios. Autophilios? Of Calistray. Academy member and head scholar of the first successful expedition to the continent of Etria. Autophilios. That just sounds so wrong. It sounds like Autophallus. Or very close to Autodick, pretty much. Realize Headmaster Caliaxtrius the Wise. True luminary. Nothing. Remember the brave scholars and explorers lost at sea, then the skies. May the gods honor their sacrifice in the name of human knowledge. Beneath earth may never be known to an end, for their valor defending a valiant 5 summer wars shall never be forgotten. So a 5-year war, okay. Alicia of Xenophilon. Xenophilon? Scholar, mother, and pioneer, the first woman to hold academy tenure. Here lies Plutarch of Versailles, a Versalian by birth, but Avalonian in dignity. May his contributions to the body of human knowledge never dim. Can't read that one, because I can't get over to it. As changes seeds, so shift the hearts of men. Adolf of Luxaria, philosopher. Oh, fuck you, postery. Fishing! In memory of Ares, lost at sea. Alright, you know, that works. I was going to joke about Otto there, but it was too dark. Ah, Valen, shame on you. RIP. Quality scholarship. Prehistory to 706. That's a jab at the... Someone graffitied this one. I like it when gravestones in games actually have something, like, witty on them. Or have, like, you know, Easter eggs or in-jokes. So I could go to the tavern. Could just run out the front door. So, please stay of care. The diviners have called for a blizzard tonight, my lord. It is outside the city anyways. Better depart of the day from here to Avalon proper. Fine. Ooh, I think this has accessories. So we're gonna explore dungeons or fighting. I don't fucking know, man. Just browsing. One of those days. I guess I can't buy anything here. Fine, whatever. Do I want to spend the evening at the library or attend Elephant's show? Well, I guess I'm gonna go to the tavern. Lost in the city. I know. Not lost. Exploring. Yes. So put it on your tab, of course. Feel free to take any free table, and the server will be right along. Here you have a Lord. It's a cold night, and the stew is rather excellent. Pomegranate juice for the moment. So you prefer wine, my lord? Quite certain, thank you. As you wish then, my lord. We don't want to sit around through the show, though. You see, we're aware of a certain young lady who consumes under you see, I've come to be aware of a certain young lady who's come under financial troubles. I'm, of course, a generous man, but mutter, mutter. Really think that will work, my lord? Quite certain of it. But have care, my friend, and speak softly. I really don't like the sound of that. Here's your juice, my lord. Thank you. Excuse me. They can't have gone far. I think that's them over there. Yeah. Can I hear from up here? No, I gotta go confront them. Oh wait, I think they're bullying the poor girl. Comes in orders, doesn't pay, leaves. Chad. When are we gonna go in the park? That's what I said, friend. The Count doesn't want to be disturbed. Well, tough luck. It's not his park. Tough luck for you, maybe. Come back later. I think I'm so much distracted. Actually, because it's been forever. The game, my dear. So good of you to come. What do you want, Renaud? Such honesty ill befits your beauty, my dear. You hadn't told anyone about your letter, well, about what your letter mentioned. Please don't try to pretend you had nothing to do with it. What do you want, Renaud? Tisk tisk. You spit fire well enough that one might almost forget you were born a commoner, my dear. But let us not forget that. It means nothing here. In theory, perhaps. But if a commoner girl were to misplace her tuition, it would be quite problematic for her, wouldn't it? Ah, sorry about that. Hopefully I meet it in time. That would be none of your concern. I beg to differ. You're quite a bit of trouble, whether you would admit it or not, and a few are in so fine a position as to help you as I am. Help, you call it. Help does not come at a cost as you would surely ask of me. Ask of you? Hardly. What I offer you, my dear, is an honor in itself. I grow weary of my current mistress. Never. Not for all the money in the world would I let you touch me. You realize, of course, that you are in a rather poor position to be insulting me. In a public part, I should think you care far too much about your reputation to be seen assaulting me here. Public part, perhaps, but it seems to me that most people are rather preoccupied tonight, and we're alone in the park, my dear. So I ask you once more, come to my bed, and your problems will disappear. Wow, please let me stab this guy. I want to stab him. I want to stab him in his stupid, perverted face. So we're stand there and watch? We better not. Refuse, and well, I imagine you will swiftly come to regret it, and I shall have what I desire regardless. Hey, you're not supposed to be in here. Lord Alexander. An uninvited guest. Heard I'm quite busy at the moment. Orion, show him the way out. You're making a mistake. Nothing personal, but what the Count says goes. You brought this upon yourself. Ooh. So, let's see. Spend better evade, attacks, increased defense, program duration, double above level 20. Haha. You're countering every move I make. I warned you. Not a blow shall be struck against me that I shall not repulse. I won't lose. For the Count! I'm tired of this. Out of my way. Well, that was easy. It took his 50 gold, too. He's too good for me. What reason compels you to interfere in my affairs? Simple decency wasn't enough reason. Wasn't reason enough? 'Tis our duty as nobles to do the right by others. In fact, you would appear to have forgotten, Renaud. Repost this, nerd. Oh shit, he reposted! Ha! Fine words from a man no more than a step above a common rabble himself. Perhaps your skill with the sword is more than a rumor, I'll grant. But that will not be enough. Leave. Now. Imagine your lackey there thought the same, Renaud. You're a fine duelist, I'll admit. Yet to vanquish a single adversary, I think that is not difficult. To defeat 3 of us at once, that is another matter altogether. And presuming you're able is sheer arrogance. Figures what is admittedly uneven odds. I'd say you ought to have brought 5 if you wanted much of a chance, however. Such impudence. So be it. You two, attend me. Oh shit, is that Sephiroth? I mean, sorry, just look at the jacket. That's Sephi's jacket. Yes, a shorter-haired Sephi. Lighter-haired Shefty. It's Sephiroth. You shall regret your insolence. No, you shall regret your presumption. Can you fools even land a blow on me? I was earned as a guardian character with high survivability and an inherently high evasion rate. Using and maintaining the buff skill Cloak Spin boosts his physical evasion even further. Oh, that's good because I was planning on using that. Nope. Nope. Oh, you got me. Haha. Spell. Lordlings, they don't even get real names. And then Count Renaud. We're now a fourth. I can't spike. Consume TP to recover 50% of HP. Can only be used after 3 rounds have passed. High priority. Huh. Can I kill you? Almost. Yeah, I'm just gonna kill you. Damn it! I can't take any more of this. Oh. Cloak's come in. Still on cooldown, so we'll just... I gotta say, I am glad that combat moves as quickly as it does. Give me, my lord. Bah, useless, both of you. If one wants aught done right, he must do it with his own hands, it seems. Enchanted blade. The weapon is only good as its user, Renaud, and I'll knock that one from your hand. Some effects can be removed via disarm. Can I blitz you? Just for funsies. Heal. Hi, Kivonica! And... yeah, it's just happened. I gotta say, I do like that backdrop, though. Though I don't know if it actually comes from any kind of RTP or if that's actually hand-drawn, in a sense. I don't know what it comes from, but it does look kind of nice. Something bothers me about it. I can't put my finger on it, though. Oh, I know what bothers me. That door right back there. It's being eaten into the ground. Like, that's not, like, oh, it's trapped by snow. That door is, like, halfway into the fucking ground. There's other things that bother me. Where's the windows? I think this image was made by AI. Is UI as cluttered as the thought would be? Not quite. Ooh, I took 1,100 of their monies. Got a diadem. You wretch! Do you strike my person? Petty swordplay means naught. You're still nothing. Petty? I believe you mean pretty. That would make you less than nothing, wouldn't it? You're a pitiful man, Renaud. Nay, a pitiful boy. Worthless knave. Try that again and you die, Renaud. Did your father do his worst to me? For all the good it would do you then. But against my better judgment, I'm giving you one chance. Go now, or you shall learn my mercy to be fleeting indeed. Farewell. The slight shall not be soon forgot. I'm glad my dyslexia fixes these sentences. So once again, you've interceded upon my behalf. So would it seem? Would it seem too ungrateful if I were to ask you why you seem to care so much? Suppose not, no. What I said before is true, though. It's not the very essence of, is that not the very essence of nobility? Not many of your peers would agree with that definition, my lord. Nor do you, I take it. I've seen too many men like Renaud to believe it. So, you think I ultimately want the same thing he did, then? No, that was not what I meant at all. I simply do not understand you, my lord. I've heard of that often enough. Thank you, my lord. But I have to go. I'm not sure that would be safe right now. So Renaud will try something else soon. I'm most certain of it. He's not a man to suffer failure idly, and I should think we both prefer not to learn what sort of vengeance he imagines himself to entitled to. I would not learn of that, but what would you suggest I do instead? Then in that case, I can think of little safer than returning to the castle. What vengeance he may desire upon me, he will not soon forget the wound I have dealt to his pride today. Sorry not soon enough to trouble you again in my company. So you propose we spend the evening in one another's company? Just so. People talk if I accompany you in that way. Then let them talk. It would be to your advantage, actually. Renaud won't quite be so quick to trouble you again if word were upon everyone's lips is that I've decided to court you. So casual about such things. It would be your reputation at stake as well, courting a commoner that way. My reputation is immaterial. People always talk. Besides, they've been gossiping about Aurele and I for the better part of 2 years. Perhaps trying to decide if I'm courting a princess or a commoner will quiet them for a time. Don't intend to allow me much room to argue, I see. Well, I suppose there are worse reasons to be courted. You're not wrong that it would be preferable to turn Renaud's eye for me. Did you have aught in mind for the evening, then? Ha! Actually, I agreed to help Aurele give demonstration for the first years later, in the Cave of Trials. You could watch. I've heard you're something of a skilled huntress. Quite what I expected. You're not wrong, though. I think I would enjoy the chance to participate. I'll need to collect my things from my chambers, though. Of course. Chambers on the 3rd floor of the castle, right? They are, in the general dormitory area. We should let Aurele know to expect you, preferably before we arrive for the demonstration. Perhaps have a bite to eat. Also, the demonstration isn't until after the dance show at the tavern. Legaia joined the party. Important note, you can check the innate passive abilities of characters and passive effects options of the status menu. Ah! It's just a bit wordy, as you can see. Oh, I think that's an understatement. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh boy. Words. True, but this is a cutscene. Hopefully not all the cutscenes are like this. Oh, no. Even the non-cutscenes are wordy. The words do word, because they word a lot. I'll probably climb this, but I decided I'll pass. Ugh. Coward. Also, he's like looting from people. First guy was trying to keep me out of the park, then he runs off and I hear fighting. I wonder what happened in here. Like not my friend. Though, as a matter of principle, I might advise you to avoid Count Renaud and his associates. Please do that Bob Dylan voice every time the green text me. Oh, wait, Bob Dylan voice. I do random voices sometimes. You gotta be specific, Kavanaga. I don't even... Hold on. How the fuck does Bob Dylan even sound? You think I'd know that. But I don't. Just smithing supplies. Smithing supplies. Smithing supplies. A lot of smithing supplies. There's a lot of smithing supplies. Oh, wait. We should probably know... Or let her know first. But if I bring someone else tonight... someone else along tonight. It's fine with me. If you're worried, you could check with Lord Alphonse in the library. But I can't see why he'd mind. Couldn't hurt. You'll be the one joining us, Lady Legaia? I am, it would seem. I apologize if I'm intruding. Not at all. It'd be more fun someone else along. Besides, owning Hunter, I imagine he dragged you into coming. That's a fair assessment, yes. I would never be so barbaric as to drag a lady into anything. Well, forgive me. No, of course you would never be so crass, my lord. After all, coercion is so entirely more civilized. Precisely. Princess Aurele, it's quite as I imagined her. She's more formal with others, but we've known each other for quite a while. How did that happen, if I may ask? Even for a man so bold as you, my lord, I would not think it easy to befriend a princess. Chance, mostly. Being in the right place at the right time. Though there aren't many other sorcerers studying here either. So much seems strange to think of you that way. I've always imagined sorcerers are some vague, distant men in hidden sanctums beyond the reach of the world. No, that's wizards. Wizards like doing that. See, I'm still rather peeved that they put me, a sorcerer, in a tower. Sorcerers don't go in towers. We go in a lot of places, but not really towers. Wizards go in towers. I would know this. I'm a fucking wizard. Oh, no. I'm a sorcerer. Ian is a wizard. Well, there are much sorcerers. I'm simply not of that sort. Aurele's gifts aren't necessarily stronger than mine, but she's put far more effort in honing them. More than man of many gifts, it seems. Oh, boy. This cutscene even more important to the lore. I am dreading the idea... Excuse you, fucking controller. I'm dreading the idea that there is going to be a mix of too much and not enough. Too much fluff and not enough fluff. And it really, that sounds really, really silly, but I feel like that's something I'm dreading. I'll get my things. Like, I'm glad that they put some detail into some things, but sometimes there's such thing as too much detail. Here we are. I know it probably doesn't look like anything special. It's quality equipment, however. So to see someone finally notice that. I'm sure everyone would appreciate the extra help. Two of you seem close, my lord. Perhaps, I don't have many friends, but she and I have always gotten along well. There's a lot of students with sorcerer's talents here. Why are we having this conversation again? Why is it going over this information again? There is no need for this extra content in regards to their relationship between Alexander and Arne, because we've already technically covered it. Never bothers you that she's a princess, though. Audit, as you said, to run on, status matters little here. Perhaps not, but in truth, I think you simply have an excess of courage, my lord. So when time to prepare the maybe we should have a dinner. We still haven't talked to Alexander, Dinglefell. Dinglefell? Diddlefell. I don't fucking remember his name. I think he's in here. That's a past algebra exam. Probably not, no. How did it go for you? You're mocking me, aren't you? But not like I need math when I'm a baron anyways. I guess you want to live and beholden to another for imagining your finances. You know, you probably pass if you open your fucking eyes more. You look important. Is that right? I talked to you about helping out with a demonstration later? She did indeed. Lady Gail will be joining us if you have no objections. Really? No, I don't mind. It's good to see you doing something with others, Legay. In any case, we'll see you tonight. You sound condescending, I don't think. Instructors never do. They just say they're worried about me. Yet they do nothing to help when others give you trouble. Because they don't think a commoner is worth their effort. Pray tell, fellow, but I do... wait, hold on. Pray tell, fellow, but I do not need your thanks. For taking care of those riffraff is nothing, but I am a noble man, and it's best that we should check our fellow man. Who starts a conversation like that? I just sat down. What doth it matter that she's a princess? She's a grown woman, and that's all that matters. Behold, the field in which I grow the fucks that I give about your status, and find that it is barren as your bed. Love potion. Ah, she's gonna poison somebody. Someone up here doing naughty things? Ooh, what are you doing? Well, did you find anything from the archives today? Not at the moment. I was just seeing if someone was doing naughty stuff up here. I like textbooks sometimes. Okay, those things are annoying to see. Alright. Now we're going to go get something to eat. Maybe. Possibly. We ordered a pomegranate juice earlier. Didn't fucking get it. I mean, we got it, but we didn't actually enjoy it. What is he doing back here? The show to start. Hey, I never realized what Renato had in mind. I don't want any more trouble. You're lying. Look, he told us he was going to try and talk to her into being his mistress. I'm no rapist. So you say, but it didn't stop you from attacking Lord Alexander. Look, Renato's dangerous. If I try to stop him, I'd be no better off than you. So you're a coward. What do you want from me? Never help Renato again with anything. I don't care if you're afraid of him. I think I've proved why you should be considerably more afraid of me. Okay, I'll do it. I think that went well. We ordered something, didn't pay, and left. They wasted a drink. I know, right? Your juice, my lord. The wine you ordered, my lady. Food should be done shortly. My thanks. Thoughts on your mind? Just think about how strange this is. I almost never come here. Socializing isn't much my taste either, but it has its uses. Not before. Can I swear you learned to fight like that? Always heard you were good, but... Father always says I was holding a sword before I could walk properly. He tried to teach me himself, but his inclinations and mine differ considerably. He gave up eventually and hired the finest duelist he could find. Different how? He prefers the great sword and has the strength to use it. I've always preferred something more nimble. Hence the rapier? Precisely. What of yourself? Sure you know this, but my father was the royal huntsman. I took the bow easily enough, but I've never had the heart for hunting. It's always seemed to me too cruel. Men hate wolves, but wolves are not evil. Not even the fiercest predator is half so cruel as men are. That should be is half as cruel as some men are, or as men are. There's some truth to that. Men such as Renaud, they take pleasure in the pain they bring others as much as they do in taking what they desire. Father never agreed, of course, but he saw that I loved books more than I would ever loved the hunt, and he loved me. He had favor enough with the king to send me here, after I learned all I could from books the tutors at court. Studied with several of the princess's ladies-in-waiting, but none of them wished to continue their studies as I did. In agreeing to let me, I think, perhaps, my father hoped that I would find a husband here. I suppose he wasn't the sort of man to think of how easily you could be hurt here. He has always preferred to see the good in people. Cannot fault him for that. He did all he could to make me happy. But you aren't truly happy here. No. I'm not sure I ever could be. There aren't that many girls here in the first place. Most of them are here so they can entertain their husbands, not because they're expected to care about the things they learn. Indeed. Oh, thank you for the hydrate. That's actually probably a good idea. There's a lot of fucking talking. Ugh. I need a bully stream idea, where you guys can bully me. That's what I need. Do not think me ungrateful for what I have learned in my time here. I treasure it, but in truth, I think I can only leave more discontent when that time is at an end. No, I see you, cat, over there. You are not permitted up there. That boy, before, Renaud's accomplice, do you really think he'll do what you said? Left to himself? No, but I intend to be certain he does. Do you really think forcing him to obey will make him a better person, my lord? It's unlikely, but at the very least it will keep him from doing more harm. Is that the whole point of laws? We don't trust people to be good, so what do we do? So we do what we can to keep them in check. You sound so cynical now. Weren't you just talking about the duty of noble before, my lord? Nobles have a duty to be good because we cannot trust others to be. We can't expect even that much of ourselves. What right have we to rule? Ha! A cynical idealist. That might be a first. My lord, my lady, what dinner is served? The very small tables together. Oh, wait, where'd I go? I'll probably head to the cave and help our set up dinner. Oh, wait, no. Wasn't I facing this way? Whatever. I'm sure it's nothing. There's plenty of talking in CSD, me and my besties game, but there's a lot of gameplay that gives you room to breathe from long cutscenes like this. Ugh. I think it's not just the long, it's just, well, yeah, they're long-winded, but also it's one after another, one after another, one after another. Excellent timing. They're just about ready for us inside. I hope my equipment will be good enough for this. If you're worried about that, you should see some of the things noble boys wear when they come. All flash and no substance. Your things might be a little worn, but at least that proves they'll survive use. Suppose that's one way to look at things. So what in respect of this? I know the Cave of Trials uses illusions for combat practice, but I've never made use of it. Lord Alphonse wants us to do a run of the trials course while he conjures up an illusion of it so the first years can watch. I imagine it'll be harder than it was last year. You're never going to stop bringing that up, are you? Well, if certain princesses hadn't made bets against me, maybe I would. Insufferable braggart. Last year, I don't pay much attention to gossip, but was that when you defeated the trial course by yourself? It was. The course was supposed to make students work together to pass, but Alphonse wouldn't believe me and I told him it was too easy. So dear Lord Alexander here decided to abuse a few loopholes and passed it without any help. But Lord Alphonse wasn't pleased at all, so don't expect tonight to be too easy. Loopholes that I imagine he put considerable effort into closing. In any case, we should head in. I feel like Alexander would be extremely, or it's like saying this, extremely proud of himself. Like, yeah, I made this test so much harder for everyone else. Oh, that's gonna suck for all you first years. Oh my gosh, could have said it better. Could have been shorter. Yeah. Alright, now join the party. Did it auto-equip their equipment? It did. Auto-equip their equipment. It did. The question is, what do you do?
Fire starter.
Nowadays, fire spells make Knight the target, inflicting a stack of burning, and burning up to 3 times. For each stack of burning, the target suffers greater fire damage, taking action and increase the chances of critical hits. Flame flow. Duran recovers the MP at the end of each turn. Base MGM is equal to 10% of her max speed plus 2% more XP. Each stack of burning active on an enemy. Okay. So she just generates things really. Close friend. Longtime friend, despite their difference in status, who the rumor speculates to be Alexander's lover.
That's a lot of text.
Burning will never be the same because of Terry Bogard. I feel like we should just set them on fire. I feel like that's the best way of handling this. My brain says save because my brain is paranoid. Ow. So there's that way, there's this way. There's what way and what way? Gut bay and about Shay. Hello, hey. Is this part of the first year orientation? If not else, attending school seems unlikely to be dull. Well, this big whole combat thing seems dreadfully barbaric, but Lord Alphonse is so handsome. That dude's probably like 70 years old, man. No. Magic makes you look younger. How exciting. Should be interesting. Shut up. Combat demonstration, huh? Maybe school here won't be so boring after all. Shut up. What? Not allowed to come to watch this? My cousin can go in trouble. You're welcome to watch as long as you behave yourself. I'm in the first year. I want to see what you can really do after everything before. Rackies? Story there. William later. Watching these battles is strangely enjoyable, I must admit. I never miss one of Alphone's shows anyway, but if you're going to be in it, Alexander, definitely won't regret coming. Huh, you flattered me, Advasta. By the way, this fellow here touched people's feet. It's weird. Kill him. Hi there. Oh, there you are, Alexander. Ready to start? Yeah, let's do this. Excellent. My lords, my ladies, if I may have your attention, tonight's demonstration is about to begin. I hope to both entertain you and impress upon you how much the Cave of Trials may benefit you in your time here. At Avalonia Academy. I will say it right one time eventually. But first, I'd like to introduce some of our senior students. These intrepid lords and ladies will be helping us tonight. Right then, first off, the Academy's champion duelist, Lord Alexander of Siridae. Good eve. Second, we have Princess Ariane of Calistray, Mistress of Flame. Pleasure to meet all of you. We'll give you a show to remember. Show off. And last, we have Legay of Arwathia. I hope you will not be disappointed. Now, some of you may already know, she got no claps. Not a single cheer. You all fucking suck. I'm killing you first. Toe sniffer. Now, as some of you may already know, the Cave of Trials is a masterwork of illusion. These ancient halls, you can face any enemy imaginable, all without any true danger. Allow us to demonstrate. Just a simple example. The imp before you is not real at all. But you see, the illusion is quite convincing. Convincing enough to train against, but convincing enough that getting hit by it still hurts, but not real enough to do any damage. Observe! That's an imp, no sorcery, but particularly frail sort of demon. Just let him hit me. Can't keep my focus by getting attacked. Let's try to target someone like Alexander more naturally. He can usually take care of himself, but if needs be, my magic can heal a little too. Ooh, So, let's see. Cloakspin, Bow Arts, generate 30 TP. It's precise short too. Deals standard damage but always critically hits. Just standard damage, slow, but always hits under normal circumstances. Precise shot. And staunch wounds of burst, healing and removing bleed effects. I would like to point out, cauterizing a wound does not heal it. It just fucking hurts and stops you from bleeding out. Have any of you ever had to cauterize a wound before? It fucking sucks. Causes fire damage when to make an item target and extend the duration of the existing burn effect by 3 rounds. Fast! Go out. Attack. And let's see how much it heals for. Yeah. This thing's got out of fucking health. Fucking kill it. 75 experience. Yeah, but magic ain't gotta explain shit. I mean, yeah, good point. Artfully done, of course. It was just a sample. Tonight, our intrepid lord and ladies will be demonstrating a full trial of the cave while I project their progress upon the stage here. But first, a few more demonstrations of what the sorcery here can achieve. This should prove more interesting. Armored enemies. Maybe I could pierce armor a little. Still isn't the best for fighting like this. I probably won't make much of a dent. It'll be hard for them to attack me from back here too. On the other hand, that armor won't hold up long against my fire.
Important note, armored enemies have not only high defense, but a resistance to physical attacks and especially high resistance to ranged physical attacks. Many armored enemies can also protect their weakened allies.
Well, that's great and dandy. Cloakspin. Focus. Spell. Burn up, bitch. Oh, cool, they're using cover. Ooh. Attack. Aimed shot. Man, they are covering each other. So I'm just gonna... Oh boy. Disarm. Actually, no, not disarm. Just stabbies. Yeah, it's probably best to burn one down. So basically, nuke them with a spell. Yes. Repeatedly nuke them with a spell. And let's see. 500 can only use the 3-point hyper. He needs a taunt. Also, he has magic, so... Magic ain't doing shit to them. Or rather, his wind magic ain't doing shit to them. Defeated! Cloak spin. Precise shot. Fire burst! Wind Veil. Excellent work. And now for another... something more... a bit more exotic, perhaps? Is that Renaud? Nope. Sorcerer. Have care. I might know a bit of sorcery myself, but I'm not nearly as good at warding off spells. He's far enough away that distance will dull my blows a bit, too. Can't do much to me. My magic won't do much to another mage either. It's not to stop my arrows, though.
Important note, spells, unlike physical attacks, cannot be evaded through normal means. Characters like Renan or enemy spellcasters have some resistance to melee damage to represent keeping their distance in battle.
Okay, I was going to ask if, like, there's actual, like, formation thing to, like, hey, I want you to not be up in the back. I want you to be up front because you're going to be known as a suicide caster.
But apparently that is not the case, which is a shame.
Burn them up. Can I blitz you? Can I shoot you? Can I burn you? Ooh, weak point. Blade Ops, Momentum, Attacky, and Bernie. There we go. Superb. And one final demonstration before you begin your trial. These should be a bit more difficult. Archer's time. They won't be much better against me than melee, but they're hard for me to hit too. I'd rather not find out what getting shot with arrows feels like. It's all the same to you. You'll have to defeat them swiftly. Well, I'm glad you're so focused. I had a joke for a moment, Ligaya, but I fucking lost it. Just like I lost the plot 16 hours ago, 13 Adderalls in, and fuck, I want a drink. Stab her. Shoot her. Burn her. Oh, damn, another. Was she hiding? Ow. Damn it, keep going me. I can't focus like this. It's not his fault. Can't expect Archer to just hit the men in front like melee enemies. Can you do anything, Alexander? Perhaps if I bit the Wind Rider. Windrail could probably turn away with their arrows. I'm sure it would work on normal attacks, though.
Important note, this one's capitalized. Some enemies, such as archers or allies, such as Ligaya, attack at range. These characters deal ranged physical damage, which is treated as a separate element, indicated by a bow icon and italic numbers. In addition, many ranged enemies will attempt to fixate on non-guardian party members. Fixating enemies will only attack the fixate target.
Well, that was dead. Alright. Spells. Wind Veil. Ligaya. Ligaya. Shooties. Yeah, you. Bernies. Wind Veil! Okay, so it just flat out absorbs range damage. That's cool. I'm just gonna heal. You're gonna shoot, and you're gonna burn. Oh my gosh, knock it off, bro. Bro, there's so many battles at once. Just get to the game. Look, they did a whole hour and so of, like, world-building, tongue-in-cheek, flowery 5 paragraphs about a 2-sentence issue. You're gonna get all the combat in one big rush, Kivanica, okay? That's what the plot says right here. Oh, wait, no, the plot says fireball everything. Okay, we got fireball. We can continue on. It's been like 4 battles, one after another. As you see, the 3 of them cover a considerable range of abilities. Let's give them just a moment to cover, and the trial shall begin. Open the gate. Give them a show they won't soon forget. You wish is my command. I remember when I was a new student down there. It was not as impressive as Princess of Danish Flame that year. With that little trick, you flatter me, my lady. Let's get started. Since we're putting on a demonstration, we should probably be sure we defeat all the roaming illusions as well as the major trials.
Important note, and Noblesse, Oblige, enemies do not respawn, and there are no limitless sources of experience, or derricks. Fully clearing any combat area before progressing the story is advised, though not always required.
Oh, man. Excuse you, cat. The fuck do you think you're doing? My cat was doing something for a moment. Oh, I thought that was something I could go, but apparently not. Hearken unto me, ye who would pass through these halls. Seek out the champions, for in the halls above these. Do this, and thou shalt prove thyself worthy of thy trials. Is that not a bit archaic? Alphonse was always enjoyed his dramatics and anachronisms. That said, it's accurate enough. The trial consists of 4 champion illusions, and then a final illusion at the lower level. It's a strategy for a moment. Since the 3 of us haven't really worked together before, I think we should make it for a decent enough team, though. We are front line, of course. Neither of you are practically well armored, and even these illusions will usually go after me first, if you 2 stay back. So I guarantee of that. I have a lot of trouble focusing when I'm being attacked, so please, if you keep things off of me. My aim is good enough, though it gets easier to build momentum. That said, you could probably take more punishment than I can, but I know a few minor healing spells, and I can burn anything flammable, and most things that aren't. Only one thing. This book I have is one of the lower office creations, bestiary of sorts, one enchanted through divination. That has been the only useful thing that's been said in this interaction so far. Important note, to check key information like the effects of positive and negative status effects in battle, or enemy elemental attributes, press the shift key while targeting an enemy. Noblesse Oblige features a wide variety of status effects, so this menu may be increasing importance as the game progresses. Gripping the Encyclopedia of Elonia is not required for this. The things sorcery can do really are amazing. That they are. However, since none of us is really a healer, thought it'd be prudent to bring along some potions. But try to use them sparingly. I've seen what happens to people who try to drink too many. Such an optimist, my lord. Let's try not to need them at all. Party's fully healed. After each battle, TP is not preserved between battles. Okay, so that like entire interaction, aside from the part about like the off comment about things being archaic, the whole strategy part not necessary because they technically already went over that with the conversation back and forth in the the battle blitz we just did. So why go back over it all together? Also, what the fuck is up with my nose? Now I have Flonase. Give me a second. Try this. Flonase. God. I hate this. But hopefully it works. Let's see. But yeah, a lot of that interaction was not necessary. Scorpions. Blade arts. Quick spin. Bow arts. Spells. Deal moderate fire damage primary turn plus lesser fire damage to all other enemies. May ignite targets. Woo! Fireball! I feel like that fireball could be a little bit more fiery and more of a ball, but I'll take it. Yeah. That wasn't the trial? No, it wasn't. Now we've actually finally started the trial. Hi there. Jacking off in a corner? A duel then, my lord. If you seek to pass, then prove yourself against us. No. No. Well then, I see. Bow arts, focus, spells, fireball, you. So that one on the far left is probably the healer. Yep, it is. Alright, blade arts, attack, you, precise shot, you, spells, fireball, you. Alright, that one's gone. Alright, blades, Momentum on you. Bow Arts, aim shot on you. Spell Fireball on you. Okay, so let's Alright. Alright. We can do this. We can do this. We can do this. Oh, let me at him. I could have been using this the entire fucking time. God damn it. Alright, let me at him. Let me at him. I'll give him a good old... Oh, that's for... You deserve the fireball. Second wind, late, okay. Well fought. We yield to your strength. Surprisingly comprehensive. I remember what I said about closing loopholes. You may have proved your point too well, my lord. Well, that's the hardest of the first four done. But anyway. Skill. Would you mind burning this? And live with that, live with that. There we go. What if that is the hardest of all four? I think I saw a sexy babe just a moment ago. If that's the case. Heals 10% HP and for 4 rounds, user takes 30% less damage against 10% Gen cooldowns. High quality. Well, let's just go ahead and pop that out. So that's covers missing HP. Imp Necromancer. Well, looks like you are getting that fireball. Oh. They are buffing themselves up. Alright, I see how it's going. Attack, defense, magic, attack, defense. Wow. What's the shift today? Yeah. Ow. Let's attack. I'm gonna have you wait. Okay, so wait's getting a good chunk of MP back. Alrighty. That's what I was hoping for. Momentum, bow arts. Let's go for you. Spells. Fireball! Beat his ass. Oh, absorbs. Haha. What was wrong with the encyclopedia? Didn't say anything about those burning skeletons being immune to fire. Oh, look. No, Lord Fonts just used slightly opaque notation. See where it lists the numerical representation of their fire resistance? It says 150%, so that means they're weak to fire. It says minus 150%. I think the minus sign is supposed to mean they're actually recover from fire damage. Oh. Bah, leave it all Fonts. Use some complicated, obscure notation like that. So what am I supposed to do when something absorbs fire damage? Hit it with my staff. Is your staff enchanted fire magic too? Supposed to have to let you two deal with it, those. I was right. There is a sexy babe up here. what have we here? 2 pretty flowers and a handsome boy. I could have quite a bit of fun with you. Oh, she's gonna whip me. Oh. Oh, she's saying something. Careful, I've heard that the succubi have seduction sorcery that makes it hard to tell friend from foe. They get you with it. Might start attacking us. Let's do a bastion then. And you, precise shot on succubus, and you, what's your... Q. I don't know shit about them. Oh, fireball, just to be safe. Oh yeah. Still going. Got a, what is it, a 4 battle blitz and then go into the trial for more combat? I'm not saying that it's bad. I'm just saying that it might need a little bit more work and polish in some aspects. Fireball! Oh, thank God it failed. Fucking hate charm effects. Okay, they really wanted to go after her. Blitz. No. Yeah, no. Spells, Wind Veil. Air Slash. Yeah. Wait, she should heal a good bit if I just make her wait. Or to die so quickly. I was thinking about the appeal. I've never quite seen the appeal of succubi. I don't know. I can see a little of the allure, but I wouldn't expect you to, Alexander. You've always hated losing control. The thought of them makes me uneasy. That takes care of this trial anyway. You get a potion. Oh, boy. That's a lot of bats. Careful of the bats here. They're good at blending in dark places. Well, Bastion, Focus, and Fireball. Ice Claw? Ice doesn't like fire, right? Yep, cleared out a room with a fireball. I mean, I'll be honest. Even on times that I was playing a wizard in Dungeons & Dragons, I totally cleared out rooms with fireballs just because. Or am I imagining things? No, there are. The blue one in the front is the Hive Defender, but the real danger is those red ones. They're just drones. They're planning to throw their lives away to try to kill us if they're losing. Lovely. The one in the back? Watch out for it, too. There's a fast distance won't afford us much protection against it. Bastion. Luxury Hornet, yeah. You're gonna get that fireball, buddy. All fall before the fire. I don't need to know how big the room is. I said fireball! Honestly, if you're dealing with a large amount of insects constantly coming around and being a pain in your ass, fireball. Annoying neighbors talking to you, fireball. That one kid that looks like he picks his nose and wipes his boogers on things, fireball. Oh, so it was, from the ashes. That's good. Think you might need to use that on Alexander. Skill, what is that? From the ashes. Revive a defeated ally with violence flame. Skill always goes last. Well, good to know. But yeah, those bugs. Fuck them bugs. Cover. Bears his fangs! Fuck, it's a mimic. Should have fucking known. Question. Focus. And there's fire burst. It's only one target. Avarice. Oh, it's giving us all sorts of debuffs. You fucker. Oh, what in Curious Drea's name is this sorcery? Can't move right. It'll be hard to avoid that wretched creature. I can purify it off of you.
Important note, some enemy skills inflict negative effects that can be removed via the skills like Outna's Purify. These effects appear with a red border on the portrait of the party member they are affecting.
Oh. Well, air slash, and then precise shot, and then spells purify. Ow. 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 Cloak spin. Attack. Spells. Fireball! Or, not fireball. Makes your defense and magic defense go down. Mimics are decidedly wretched creatures. Thankfully, I doubt any of us will ever see a real one. We're not exactly adventurers. Sorcerer, you really ought to not tempt fate that way. Well, at least the real mimics usually have worthwhile treasure to guard. If we do somehow run into one. Anyway, that takes care of this trial. Ah, dang it. Seems to look like it hit hard. Not sure I'll be able to keep dodging them forever. Should be ready if I can't.
Enemies with a buff overwhelming blows cannot be evaded indefinitely. After being evaded, the enemies can use a powerful attack called Overwhelm, which cannot miss under normal circumstances. Planning around this high damage is important when facing overwhelming enemies. My nose is slowly stuffing up. What's RC here? Attempt to finish off a wounded enemy, guaranteeing a critical hit on enemies below 25%. Ah, that's nice. I'm just gonna attack, and you're gonna burn the fuck out of them. Ow. Cloak spin. Attack A. And fireball. I'll be honest. I think the biggest thing that this game suffers from what I've seen so far, is it doesn't break up the action and the story enough. I believe I mentioned it one time, like a long ago, back when I first started streaming, that you're supposed to break up the two, and that there's only a few games that come to mind that do it very well. And sadly enough, it was Destiny, the first Destiny game by Blizzard, that actually did it rather well, in the sense that you get like 15 minutes of action, maybe like 5 minutes of story. Sometimes, I'd say probably like 2 minutes of story, and then 15 minutes of action again. Like there's small like little cooldowns on the action, but they pasted it well enough time where you didn't feel like you were being with so much story, and at the same time you weren't being, dragged down by like too much combat. Do that to you. You can do that to you. Alright, blade arts. Disarm. No, not disarm.
Blitz, Bow Arts, Heartseeker, Spells, Fireburst. Beat his ass. And the fact that there's no grinding or anything. Oh, they're over there. There's no grinding or anything. That means you really do have to, like, essentially fight a number of... What the fuck's going on there? Are they playing the fucking choo-choo train? The conga slide? What the fuck? Ah, shit, Skelly boys. Bastion. Let's just have you attack. And, you're gonna fireball you. Also, I want to point out, you gotta be very trusting of your teammates if one of them is chucking fucking fireballs into melee combat where you are. It's like, thanks, princess. Thanks for covering me with your fire magic, but I swear to God, if you fucking hit me with a fireball, I'm killing you. Foolish humans, you walked right to our trap. Blood and honor! Oh, they're orcs. They look pretty fugly. Shoot him in the D. Burn him in the D. Yeah, I'm still happy that combat goes as quickly as it does between the turns. There's still the whole issue of... there's been a lot of it as of late. I feel like there's been a bit too much. That's going to be overkill on you, but I feel like it's worth it. Those orcs? I thought they didn't actually exist. Well, everything here is illusion. I don't think they do, though. Thank the gods for that. They're decidedly wretched beasts. Though there is a certain satisfaction in putting a torch to their ilk. Were perchance hiding a murderous side, my sweet Avenade? Huh. I simply can't abide by brutes. But we've finished this trial anyway. Should be all 4 major trials. Need to finish dealing with the roaming illusions. What's it all for? Seems so quick. Might be able to hit faster than most enemies. Less accurate, do less damage. Well, that's nice. This Bastion. Bastion? Fireball. Yeah. I am not sold 100% on things. Cloaksmith. You and you. Ass. I mean, I like how they make a point that, like, oh yeah, you should defeat all the roaming enemies. Because, like, okay, so that means that it's rather important that we fight everything. But why? Why make so many of them, too? It's also kind of like the question of, like, making sure that your combat is balanced at the same time that, like, everything else is balanced. Because, you know, as we're running into here, we ran into essentially a long-ass section of too much words into a section of too much combat. So it's kind of funny is all. Not in a ha-ha funny, but more of I swear I'm going to shave someone's head and piss in their oatmeal kind of funny. Is that really the last one? Yeah, I guess it is. Lucian, fireball. Ba, ba, ba. These imps ain't shit. They put Alexander to sleep, they're so boring. Haha. Well, the Roman is, we've also finished all 4 major trials. We enter the final trial. Wait a minute, hold on. 1. There's 2. What was the 4th trial over here? Was it that Mimic? Or was it, no, it was the Hornets. Okay. All of them were blending so much the fuck together, it's making it fucking hard to... Final trial starts beyond there. Here. Make certain we're fully prepared. Everyone's healed. Everyone's got their magic. Everyone's got their stuff. I can have up to 5 party members. Oh. That's going to be annoying. You know what? Just be safe. You who have passed the trials of the Champions 4. Your might is undoubted, yet is might alone enough? Step forward now and test in truth. Prove thy might against the dragon's fury. Okay. Okay. Focus. And, Dragon's Breath. Wow. That was mildly annoying. I'm going to do a Wind Veil on Legea, just be safe. You are also going to do some precise shots. And you are going to Fire Burst. Let's see, what's it show me? Fire's normal. Eh. Imagine being the only wizard that knows to spell and you walk into this trial. Oh yeah. Oh man, that's a terrible illusion to spell. What happened to the dragon we're gonna fight? Oh, I didn't want to fight it, so I just made it go away. You're not supposed to do that. I beat the trial, didn't I? Yeah? So fuck off. I beat it my way. Okay, spells, Wind Veil over you again, you, keep attacking, you keep burning. Sorry, my tool set trumps your tool set. Maybe a better wizard. Maybe be a better wizard. Shit, he right. I mean, I did used to play a counterspell mill deck in Magic the Gathering, back when I used to play that. And yeah, I get it. That's a dick move. I'm not going to deny that. But also, and hear me out, fuck your plans, and yeah. Because the whole purpose of it was quite literally to counter everything that you did, and then punish you for trying to do something by making you discard your deck. Now, some people might say, Ian, that's a little rude. And I have to say to them is, shut up. I don't have a retort. Momentum. Attack. Spells. Fire burst. Cloak spin. We're just gonna keep burninating. This thing has so much fucking health. Again, it is a dragon. I'll give it that. Wow. This is supposed to be pretty much like once per combat because of a 9-round cooldown. But here we are, getting back to using it again. Oh boy howdy. I feel special. Can I fireball you? I don't know if I fireball you. We'll do slightly more damage. Just slightly more damage. Bow arts. Aim shot. Spells. Just keep fireballing. Seriously though, I feel like you fucking healing bastard. How dare you? Actually, hold on. I don't know why I haven't used that before, or on this. Alright, blade arts, do that again. You, attack you. Burninate! Tractor, burninating across the countryside. Tractor! Sorry, I was once again remembering HomestarRunner.com and the nonsense that was there. Well, it's because I saw a trailer thing for like a Homestuck is coming back apparently, and I never really got into Homestuck. Every time I thought about it, and I asked a friend about it, they're like, "Okay, so this bullshit," and then I never really got anything further beyond that. And I was like, "Okay, so it's like a really long series of inside jokes that I am not going to understand or like." So then I never got into it. Woo! You're load of a heart seeker. Deadaroonies. 1,500 experience. Now level 11. So if there's no real grinding in this game, and it's all based upon essentially defeating all the creatures in the area before moving on to determine whether or not you get all the experience, why the fuck have levels to begin with? Doesn't make any sense. What's the point of grinding if pretty much there's no point in grinding? Or there's no mean to grind? Thy might is proven, warrior. Thou may pass. Illusion or not, that was quite a creature. Do you think dragons really look like that, though? I've always imagined them as rather more majestic. Hard to say. On the one hand, Avalonians wouldn't know what they look like if anyone does. On the other, they're reverent enough that they might not want something like this to be accurate. No one can say Lord Alphonse lacks a flair for the dramatic, though, and they've definitely made that harder since last I was here. Well, cleared the trials at least. Sure of that? Knowing Lord Alphonse, another could trigger as soon as we pass the statue. Oh, nay. Fine, fine, yes, we've done for tonight, I admit. I'm out of practice for this, though. It's quite the workout. Thanks for your help, Lady Legea. You didn't need to call me that, Your Grace. Oh, I know I don't have to, but I want to anyway. You deserve more respect than the people give you, and you certainly don't need to call me Your Grace. Thank you. No problem at all. Maybe a princess, but you shouldn't realize I'm the 5th of 6 daughters, my lady. I'm not really all that far above you in the grand scheme of things. I hadn't realized that. You're only the princess here, so you've always seemed so untouchable for the rest of us, save perhaps Lord Alexander. You know, there's a reason I'm the only princess here. Few kings would risk sending a daughter who might inherit so far from home, much less to a school full of young lords eager to prove their manhood. Not so intimately acquainted with the customs of kings, but that seems A selfish reason to deny their daughters an education. It is a selfish reason, without a doubt. But you'll find that most lords are far more concerned with their daughter's chastity than is sane when a simple contraceptive spell. Tis, my lord, you sound so worldly. But let us not sour the night with talk of foolishness. As you say, my lady. Don't mind if you wish to speak of such things, but perhaps you are right in that I would rather not linger here. Let's check in with Lord Alphonse, then we can retire for the night. Legea, you are veering a little too forward with the fact that you are suddenly a little horny for Lord Alexander. Oh, you want to hear about the contraceptive spell, huh? Yeah, I bet you fucking do. Very nicely done, you three. I think our audience was suitably impressed. We work well together. We do, don't we? Glad Lady Legea was with us, though that would have been much harder with just the two of us. Well, I had to make sure it wasn't too easy again. That was more enjoyable than I would have expected. Your illusions are most impressive, Lord Alphonse. Glad you enjoyed it, my dear. I'm going to go deactivate the illusions and answer any questions the first years have, though. Have a good night, you three. It's pretty late. I think we should head back to the castle, I think. Agreed. I'm rather quite tired after that. My room is in the Far East Tower, by the way. You would stop by if you're ever so inclined, Legea. Thank you. You live in the 3rd floor of the castle, right? I do, in general dormitory area. A pity. Tower's a lot more private, but they're usually reserved for royalty. With a few exceptions. There hasn't been a prince attending in years, so father managed to convince them to let me have one of use. Or, use of one. But if you ever need some privacy, feel free to stop by my chambers. I know that most of the other girls don't exactly give much consideration. I may take you up on that. Let's escort Andrea to her chambers first. Yes, escort her away so that way the two of you can tongue box in the catacombs or something. I don't fucking know what you guys do. My tongue is a little dry, so I'm gonna... You know, hydrating is super important. You should always hydrate whenever you're capable. You should be drinking 3 to 4 bottles of water per day. For failure to do so will require re-education, and re-education is a beating. Re-education will continue until morale improves. That being said, saved. Stopping here for a moment. Actually, no. Hold on. There. Okay. So, we've got the 3 main characters here on this screen. Which, by the way, this art is not consistent with their character arts. I'd like to point that out. I noticed that now, and that bothers me. This is also kind of very similar to another style that I saw that I also didn't like. The more I stare at this image, the more it bothers me. Something about this bothers me. Questions for later. Anyways, so far, dear God, so much talking. And then, all of a sudden, a lot of combat. Like, a lot. Like, there's nothing wrong with doing talking and combat. And, you know, having portions that have a lot. But then there's some that have a lot fucking more than needed. But at the same time, I think it was like, what, an hour 20, hour 30 minutes of posturing more than anything. Which, admittedly, some of it's because, or a chunk of it's because I decided to wander around and explore the area, because you're supposed to explore. Exploration should be rewarded. I don't know if I feel particularly rewarded for my exploration, but I feel like I at least got some semblance of the world, to an extent. We also started with 3 different kingdoms that we kind of like saw into, which I'm pretty sure the first one is technically Lord Alexander's older brother, or papa, I guess. Well, I guess we'll get into that eventually. Which, again, I feel like that's going to be set up in the sense of like, oh, they hired mercenaries because they don't want to pay taxes. Fucking aristocrats, am I right? That being said, eat the rich, set everything on fire. No, that's normal me. What would reviewer Ian say? Obviously, we're going to keep playing until I either, I don't know, get fed up with the pacing or something else. But I definitely agree that there are some portions where there is too much text. Like, you could cut down entire chunks of personality or conversations down a bit to where you probably cut. I think one was like 4 or 5 panels, 4 or 5 lines, 4 lines of text on each. You could probably cut it down to like 2, and then there was some conversations where it's like we redoubled over this. Why are we talking again about Alexander's and Ariane's relationship? Alexander already specified they are just friends and they've just known each other for a long time. Why are we revisiting that conversation again? Do you have like a set backlog of games you play on stream? I Mouth, and kind of, yes. I do have a backlog of games. I'm not going to deny that. Where's my notepad? There it is. I'll switch this over to it real quick. Boop. So you can see it. This is the games that are currently on my list. So, Retro Mondays, Kingdom of Nyaber, which is still going, Noblesse, Oblige, which is what we are playing today. And then, as you can see, there's some of these that are marked hold. The reason why they're currently marked on hold is because I am what is known as a broke bitch. And, yeah, I don't have the money for those, so I'm just going to sit those right there. But I do intend on going back to them. Oh, wait. Oh, that's annoying. I don't like that. My button changes the... No. No. That's better. Save as text file. Oh, I don't like that. My button acts as a... changes the thing. Or changes the font. You should play Kingdom of Nyaber. Does that game have like 1,000 hours of content? I'm guessing. I don't know. I've got a fair few hours into it so far. I was playing Our Dying Day or Our Dying World. Our Dying Days. That's a soap opera. Our Dying World, and that was like 18 hours. And then also I played. God. Beloved Rapture was like 25. Scarmonde I put like 30 into. Silver Days I put 22. Ark's Wonder Dungeon I put like 30. Shit. I do have a backlog because there's a lot of good games out there, and honestly I play them to completion, or I play them to the point that I feel like either A, I'm too pissed to play it further, or B, I feel like it's wasting my time and everyone else's time, so I'm not going to keep playing it. Or C, it's just a janky fucking mess and it's not worth playing. Do you suggest games to go into a queue with an order, or just random picks sometimes? For the most part, it's in order. It's in the order that it was suggested. I have a request link down below, at least it should still be there. And it goes to a request form where you're able to submit in your game and essentially, fill out some small questionnaire information about it. And then it goes into a form for me to essentially look at, and then I put it up on here. So we have the under review section. As you can see, one actually got added today, or is it yesterday? Today, this morning. Woe reigns unending. So that game was added in because someone emailed me about it and wanted me to play it on some point in the stream, which I will, of course. But as you see, it's currently under review. What that normally means is I go through, do a cursory look, not enough to give me spoilers or like a big feel of the game, just enough to make sure, like, hey, I'm not going to get banned on Twitch or on YouTube for streaming this. More of that. And essentially trying to make sure it's not just some schlop game. And then, once I'm able to determine that, it goes into the up next. And in the up next, I'll sometimes, I should do this more often, give it another cursory look before it actually goes, like, up onto stream. But at the moment, anything that costs money, doesn't matter if it's $5 or $20 in some of these games cases, it's on hold. I have put off spending any money for myself for now until essentially things stabilize, because I have had a few financial hits as of late, and it's kind of crippled things a bit. Thorough process indeed. I don't know. It's only thorough when I'm actually keeping up with it properly, because there have been a couple that have slipped through, and I felt really, really bad about playing them. And even worse about talking about them. Oh god, that one game. Fucking Valkyrie Star. I don't know how the Magical Girl game got through, but it did, and it was painful. I don't need to hear this anymore in the background. It's pissing me off. It's not actually pissing me off, it's just pissing me off enough. Just enough. Oh, the girlfriend messaged me at some point. She went to bed early. Yeah. I would submit my game, but I think I'll have to censor it even more than I did for Kuronis. Oh? Wait, hold on. I think I remember seeing something about your game. I think it's still in my history. Hold on. Because I think I remember clicking on it while you were talking about it in Kuro's chat. It was like Fade Star or something. Ah, there it is. Heaven's Stone Ring. I moved a ton of the not safe for work content, though. It used to be called Fade Star, but I changed it to Heaven's Stone Ring, yeah. Okay, yeah. Because of the not safe for work stuff, I'm not really gonna play it on stream. I might play it off stream, but there's no way I'd be able to play it on stream. It's bad enough that, you know, but boobies. No, Parmless, I hate the fact that you came back for that. No boobies, Parmless. We're not doing... Yes, 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 yes. Yes. Parmless, stop that. Anyway, so you streamed in Sorcerer. So, if you plan on removing all not safe for work content from the censor mode, so streamers can play it. I want to point out, not everything. Don't encourage him. Do not encourage him. It's bad enough as is. But as far as removing not safe for work content, I get that. I'm gonna say, oh, not safe for work games should exist. No, they totally should. I'm not gonna deny them. I would rather they not be sloppy, but you know, you like what you like with all that jazz. But in regards to playing them for trying to write a review or anything like that, because I play things in long form, meaning I will play it from start to finish or until I get to a point that it's like I ain't playing this shit no more, which has happened a few times. It takes me a while to get through my log of games. Things I liked RPGs like Dragon Age Origins that had the adult content, but it was not the focus. I mean, you're sort of right, but I'm pretty sure like the later Dragon Age games were pretty much like, you will at some point be seeing the, the monster mash going on between these weird dolls. And I say dolls because it's still like that weird uncanny valley thing for me. But yeah, it's just no. I don't really want to see that with the awkward gruntings. But yeah. If there was other games that I would play, I absolutely would play them. But I enjoy playing RPG Maker games. Mostly because it's like, hey, this is interesting. It's fun to have something that, well, there's not a whole lot of people covering, unfortunately. But at the same time, it's fun in the sense of like, hey, look what the engine can do when you're doing it as a hobbyist or just actually trying to do something serious. It can be used for something serious, not just making sloppy shovelware games that try and steal your money. Though that is what a lot of people use it for. I mean, wait, no, it's not what a lot of people use it for. But like, so I did like a cursory look of how many adult games out there on both Steam and itch use RPG Maker for the engine. And it's a lot. There are so many of them that use RPG Maker for the engine. And it's like, wow. Literally anyone can make a game in this engine. So it's always surprising, or rather not surprising, it's refreshing, I should say, when you find a good game made in the engine, and it's like, man, I really enjoyed playing this. Beloved Rapture, Leyline Chronicles, Our Dying World, Silver Days, all of these were made in RPG Maker, different versions of RPG Maker, but still, they were made in the engine, and they were fantastic games. I just like the slop. Yeah, I push all my RPG projects to the engine's fullest, as you should. Oh. I feel like I want some ice cream, though. And stop talking, because I've been talking all day because of work. And now I'm talking a lot here, because stream. I'm going to not talk for a bit. So yeah, because that, ladies, gentlemen, you wonderful Technicolor rainbow of individuals both inside and out. Those of you who are a part of this spectrum and those of you who are not, thank you. As always, I appreciate you greatly, and I look forward to seeing you once again. Remember, we stream every Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern. And I'm debating on doing another charity stream where you guys can bully the fuck out of me. And yeah. Trying to think of how I want to do that. I'm sure Valen would enjoy that. Bullying me. I'm sure all of you would. But anyways, I'll catch you guys next time. Bye for now.